Psyduck. Psyduck.
Over the next 24 hours, I eat a croissant, some ducks jump in a pond, and I play chicken with a shiny Psyduck for a background.
Hello and welcome everyone into a 24-hour challenge. If you don't know what these are, it's fairly self-explanatory. We're going to be playing the Psyduck Swim Ring Event for 24 hours non-stop, playing on through the night from 10 AM right now until 10 AM tomorrow, and I hope you enjoy this one. These grinds are the most tough and hardcore ones that we can possibly do. But before it swings over in 3 minutes time, we do need to check out the stats that we're going to be starting on. So 30,527 kilometers walked exactly, actually. 683,791 Pokemon have been caught so far, 614,202 stops, and 827 and a bit million XP acquired. The field research task, of course, Psyduck is in those research tasks, so far we have seen 37,042 research tasks. Might as well check on the egg stats. 36,436 have been hatched. And of course, the Psyduck total for once, 5,707. So 5,707 have been seen so far. Let's see what numbers we can accumulate in 24 hours. And we are going to drop daily Adventure Incense for 24 hours as well. So maybe some G-Bird action is coming up. And if you like what you see here, don't forget you can hit that subscribe button down below and stick with me. And there are 14 or 15 other challenges on the channel for you to enjoy. There's a playlist linked below.
And at precisely 10:01 in the morning, the challenge began.
We've actually got 3 quests to kick things off, 3 snapshot jobbies. So first Psyduck check is not going to be a shiny or a 100%er, but we are going to do our best to be blinded by the sun today and hopefully catch as many of these as possible. Anything hundo or shiny wise is a good one. That is not shiny. I think that may be the floor again. We've already had one of those earlier in the week. The third check, not shiny for this one, and 443. The other key thing is not regular incense. We're going to do daily Adventure Incense and then find ourselves this Roar of Time bad boy. We've just about got enough candy to make this work. Thankfully, Stardust is not a problem. Dedenne, first check. And unlike other 24-hour challenges, we are not going to be in Walpole Park for the vast majority of this one because obviously, if you saw last video, it's a Psyduck nest without the costume. So let me just check that for the fun and games, shall we? And we have some max particles to collect as well. Something else is we have 12Ks going off, so in 10 kilometers, we're going to be hatching those and seeing if we can get any shinies from those as well. I think we should clear the quests in Walpole so we don't have to venture in there until tomorrow morning. Any interesting quests? You know what? Even if they're not Psyduck quests, we're going to do them, except the Explore 2. We want to save space. Okay, we've already checked 5 stops for an Alolan Meowth. It's going well so far. Thank you anybody who watched this as a live premiere. Good to have you guys joining for the chatter and the live fun and game, shall we say. Let me know in the comments below, how many shinies and how many hundos, etc. do you think we might pick up in this one? Because if you saw the last one, we got a freaking Galarian Shiny Articuno on that one. That was for the Pokemon Horizons event with big boosted shinies. Yeah, we got boosted shiny Psyduck, but that is about it this time around. So we may not get to the same level and total that we did previously. As you can see there, we've now got 23 hours and 54 minutes of Roar of Time down, which is going to be slight overkill, to be honest. But it does tick it off, which is real nice. Oh, we've got some past stuff to get. Let's get this Slowbro that ain't shiny. Doing every research task might already be slowing us down. It's now 15 minutes into the challenge. And we haven't, this is the first Psyduck task we've actually found. There we go, but we now got 2 win raid tasks that have nothing to do with the event, so we would like to go and do those. The amount of non-event tasks is always astonishing to me, but hey. Thanks everybody who's jumped into the Palkia this early in the morning. Appreciate you all. It ain't going to be our first shiny of the challenge, but 2260. I've got to be honest, I don't see us doing too many legendary raids over the course of this challenge, but it does complete 3 winner raid tasks, but only one of them is Psyduck. How does that work? I just caught it with a straight throw, no bonus. But it does get us 3 checks for various different things. Oh, and a Lonely Executor, I forgot that was in there. That is actually a boosted shiny. Bro, sit down, get in the ball, thank you very much. Check 2 is a Skidoo. Wouldn't mind ourselves a hundo or shiny of that for the challenge. But we finally can check a background Psyduck. It's not blue, and it's 463. And of course it attacks. I feel like everything's attacking me today, honestly. So daily incense is burning away. I might just go and find some new tasks. Go. The issue with all the research tasks is having to complete them as we go. So, 3 snapshots, no blue duck on that one, and 453. And ticking off another one is not a blue duck just yet. And I guess what we can do is spin these stops and see if there's actually going to be an event task at all. Oh, there's one of them. There we go. We've already got ourselves a Galarian bird check. Zapdos! Oh my goodness me. And it's a little babby one again. Just like the Articuno the other day. I literally just stopped the camera, walked a bit, and was panicking about, oh my god, what are we going to do in terms of stops and catching things. 434 CP. Time to check the article. Yeah, as you can, it's that low CP range that could give you a guaranteed hundo. Unfortunately, it's 478 that you might need. 434 isn't going to cut it, but we could very well have a Galarian bird catch on our hands. Boom. Easy excellent on Zapdos, but we know the drill. Okay, 2 rolls and it's gonna go forever. We saw a Galarian bird though, 33 minutes into the challenge. I didn't snapshot it. Idiot, because right now we're there. We are barely 50 minutes in and we've got our first Psyduck, and it's a wild spawn. So, I'm going to give this a go. I have no idea how long is on the spawn at all, but you saw at the end of the previous video, I think the background glitch is still in, so what you have to do is enter and reset the encounter until that berry disappears. Thanks everybody who was saying it. I've seen Tony TM give it a go. I've also seen Lifeline Leo lose a shiny trying to do it as well, so that's what I'm really fearing might happen, but at least you get lots and lots of sparkles. Shiny number 1, bang, within the first hour. That's exactly what we wanted to do, and as you can see, it's not in the park, it's just on the outskirts of it. I have no idea if there's a knack for doing this at all. I'm genuinely quite fearful of losing this shiny. Maybe we only give it another set a go. Come on, you son of a duck. Son of a duck. Okay, do you know what? Since it's shiny number 1, I don't want to mess around too much more for the challenge. Let's get it caught. It may have a background anyway, who knows? Let's try and find out. It isn't a background one, which is fine. As you can see, 0 star, literally 21 encounters or something like that. Psyduck acquired. And I actually need to do some max battles, but it's taken a very long time to find 3 Psyduck tasks, but these are snapshots, not guaranteed backdrops. Let's see if there'll be a blue one in this stack. And the game crashes for no reason. I wasn't even checking a research task. Check the research. Okay. Is it broken? Don't tell me we've got this glitch now. What is going on? I hope that doesn't mean we have to clear our stack. Oh, great. They're all in the stack. There's a Psyduck. It was 463, not shiny, so I don't know why it crashed. And the check is not blue, and 464. Right, time to check if any of these, so that's earned 10k XP for a golden raspberry. Really don't need that item right now. That's rocket grunts that we're not going to bother with just yet. Luckily, a few winner raid tasks were around, and there happened to be a Pikachu, as you saw here, so we've done it. 1 is non-event for a Skidon't, but we do have a background check for a non-blue Psyduck, and a 451. Can't tell you the amount of times we get that number. We also have a 3 snapshots, but the real check is, are those 2 quests? No. Are you for real? Oh my God. I'm trying to find a quiet corner somewhere. I can't believe we replicated what happened last time. Shiny Galarian Articuno, people. What on earth? This looks like a very nice out of the way corner. Fantastic. I can hide here out of the way of everybody. Yes, come on. Oh my goodness me. That means overall, catching G-Birds since they've been shiny, we've had 4 shiny Galarian Articunos. Nothing else. Now let's begin the catch process, and honestly, I'm not going to mess about with this one. I don't want to try and do the sparkles again in case it breaks. Straight away out. Don't you dare. Obviously, it won't run. Knock on some bushes, some wood, but obviously things can go wrong with Pokemon Go. Second shiny in just over 2 hours. It's a freaking Galarian bird. What? Be nice to me, Articuno. Come on, be nice, be nice. Obviously, they can really put up a fight, so genuinely, we could be here for 10 minutes. It's Windy Boost. Come on, bro, stay in the ball, please. 1753 on the CP. We know it's a sick shiny. I'm so glad I decided to B-roll that encounter. Oh my God. They're hitting golden Raz curve throws with Ultra Balls for days. Please, just stay in the ball. Come on, excellent throw. Please, please, please. Oh my God. Another excellent. This one's properly putting up a fight. Okay, we'll go for a nice throw. Maybe that'll do something. One roll and out. This is where the real worry about things having glitches and problems comes into play. Come on. It's going up and down like a rabbit in the mating season. Come on, come on, come on. Yes, there we go, finally. Come on, people. Throw a like down on this video if you haven't done so already. A freaking Galarian bird shiny, kind of PvP, but it's over 1500. Oh, dude, that's amazing. 365. Genuinely, my luck with the Articuno Galarian form is insane. Although the last time we actually had one was on the previous 24-hour challenge, so that's actually jokes. I can't believe that happened. Amazing. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, people. Come on. 2 shinies and they're both blue. Very, very blue indeed. The question is though, can we top that awesomeness of a shiny Galarian Articuno? Definitely not, because I know it's blue, but it was the only raid around. I have 3 winner raid tasks. Again, only 1 is actually Psyduck, but the other ones, we like what's in them. Anything's good. Come on, bro. You're not a Galarian shiny bird. Why are you fighting me? 2 hours, 20 minutes through the challenge. And there's the catch. I don't even care if it's a hundo, we'll check it later. Let's check the non-Psyduck one. So there's a non-blue Rockruff for 398. This one's gonna be the Skarmory? What is that in the research? Oh my God. But here is the Psyduck. It's not blue, and 452. At least it has a guaranteed background. Although, I do honestly wish that background regular Pokemon didn't count as special trades. It's like such a waste of a special trade, but then I don't want to just throw them away because they have some value in my eyes. Psyduck tusks around here, that is the question. That's why we're wandering the streets. No, depressingly not. Swaddle for Marky. That cloud does not look good. It's right above us. It is spitting rain. Here we are at 5-1, and in typical Pokemon Go fashion, the eggs have somehow desynced, even though I put them in all at the same time while sat down on my arse. So how this has happened, I don't know, but let's see what the first 6 12Ks can give us. Maybe something decent, and then we'll just be hatching regular eggs, I think. A Vullaby. Something decent, Salandit Shiny would not go amiss, to be honest. And there's another one. Actually, we need the female to complete the family. This will be a Varoom. Maybe a Hundo could be inbound. As this Sandile, we need that thing ourselves. So that was batch number 1, or half a batch, shall I say. 69%. All very mid. And there's the other 6. Why they desynced, I don't know, but there's Sandile again. Let's go for a Vullaby. I might also have to nip and get an umbrella. Handsham. Let's see, Sandile. This one's going to be a Vullaby. And I think the final egg will be a Vullaby. So absolutely nothing spectacular whatsoever from any of those eggs. We might as well claim a singular lure module and claim this leaf in the face. What's the next stage of the level up? 8 rocket members, 12 kilometers. It's a good job of doing a 24-hour challenge, isn't it? Well, we've just acquired a little coffee and a fantastic snack, which is much needed. We might have to get something else because it's actually lunchtime. But just as I was finding somewhere to sit down, the Shiny Psyduck number 2. 722 on that CP has finally come on through. Let's go, and it's another wild spawn one. Now, do I bother doing this berry glitch thing? Because I don't want to break or lose a shiny. That's not the objective. See if we can get it to disappear, but I really don't want to lose a shiny. I've also got a very nice almond croissant that is warmed up and waiting for me. Part of me's wondering if they've patched the bug already or not. Oh! We've got it. See, the berry's gone. Okay, the berry has actually gone. Okay, I don't want to put... Why am I putting another berry on? Don't panic, Milo. Don't panic. Let's see if we can get ourselves a backgrounder from the wild. I nearly hit the run button again. Just autopiloted it. Okay, let's see. It worked! We have a background shiny, people. 0 star, but how many checks afterwards that? 5771. You can tell we're struggling to find Psyduck this morning, can't you? That's awesome. 3 blue shinies. Well, we're reaching 2 o'clock now, so time to see if a Shinx can sparkle. It cannot, and obviously it's nowhere near 100%. I think it's 500 on the dot that you're going to need. I'm already missing this thing without its top hat for the fashion week. Good job we got the berry bits and pieces down, but it does mean we actually have 2 Psyduck quest checks. I'm not kidding. The whole time we've been in Gunnersbury, we've done half the park, which is a lot of stops. 2 quests, that's it. But we'll check the one that's winner rate and not. Unfortunately, a shiny Skarmory, even though that is perma boosted. 2 ducks, 1 8 blue, and 457. I genuinely think when I finish the loop of this park, I'm deleting the AR scan task and seeing if there's any tasks dotted around that aren't an AR scan. And this one, the background, inked blue, and 463. And 2 o'clock has been reached. Look at that. Yeah, background goodness. Fantastic. And I am going to have to now delete Pokemon. I'm running out of storage space. Well, you might be able to hear there's a little festival going on. Actually, that's where I will have been on Sunday by the time you see this video, but for some drum and bass, people. The Daily Incense has brought in a non-costumed Psyduck. Why? Why is this a thing on my screen? I don't understand this. Like, I kind of understand the nest thing because it's nesting Pokemon, but them taking stuff out of the game means that more things get broken. And seriously, why not just leave it so all Psyduck spawning during this time window have the costume? That's a regular Psyduck off of Incense. I'm not in a Psyduck nest. I've had other costume Psyduck spawning off the Daily Incense while in this park. Why there was a normal one there, I do not know, but I have 3 winner raid tasks that are non-event. So I'm going to go and do that Pikachu raid and then come back and check these. Honestly, there's so few event tasks today, it's awful.
And then suddenly, the weather reverted to type and went all British. And not for the first or last time in the video.
Well, we found like a few tasks, not all Psyduck, but we did do a Shadow Teddiursa because it can be Shadow Shiny. We're going to venture towards Q, even though that's looking quite grey up there. So I know we're right next to the A4, very busy road. Non-event, winner raid for his goat. This one I think was a snapshot. That's a non-shiny duck of 443. Wonder, oh, that's the background. Okay, that must have been the winner raid task. Cool. And finally, not blue, unfortunately. I'm going to say it again, but the amount of research tasks in that part was awful. Oh, it's a double background. Oh, that's a nice surprise. I will say, it's rather nice that we see Psyduck with its ring on the beach. We've come down to the river here by Q Bridge, which has a lot of traffic on it. Thankfully, we're not getting involved in that, but let's get a beach background biome. Oh dear, the tide is out. I mean, look, it's not glamorous. That is the muddy beach. I would not recommend getting in there, not even slightly, not even for a shiny Galarian bird. But, nearly a Nundo. Fantastic. And that is a new stop, crossing the river. We were down here last, actually, for the research day for the fossils with JT. I'm surprised. It's Mega Evolver Pokemon for God's sake, Rare Candy. Can I please find some research tasks? 2 Psyduck quests, but there's a Spinder, which definitely seems to be more common around, but it's kind of alarming that a regular Spinder task is more common than these, which is not blue, unfortunately, despite still being on the beach. And that one's gonna be broken, not shiny. Slowly making our way under a tree, onto a bridge. We're on our way back to Wheeling now, and Shadow Teddy Ursa ain't green again. 709. I don't know what we're gonna do. If we've burnt all the research tasks this early in the challenge, what the hell are we gonna do? I have to hope for a chauffeur. Wow, fantastic. Is anything waiting for me on my incense? No, but we do have 2 winner raid tasks. I was trying to get a third and I could not get one. I checked a further 15 stops back there. That's all there was, and none of them were event tasks. No blue duck, unfortunately, from the whatever, but they will be guaranteed backdrops. And did I just shoot myself in the foot? I did. Literally should have just gone 1 stop further up and we would have had it. It's good, but yeah, no further shiny, and I have been checking. No hundos at the moment. Oh, well, there you go, people. 3rd G-Bird of the challenge. 2354 on the CP, windy weather boost, obviously. I mean, the likelihood of catching this, I still don't understand why Zapdos won't sparkle. Right, Zapdos weather boosted this time, 2354. Yeah, see, in the midst of that CP range, there's so many different IV combinations that could total up to one particular CP. We are not going to get this thing crashed or enter AR mode. Why are you doing that? Anywho, let's give it a golden raz, and we will give it the Ultra Ball, and we're going to go for bang, the excellent on the right eye of it. Sorry, 1 roll, and out it comes. And adios, Zapdos. That was cool to see one. I don't understand why it's taking so long for Zapdos to sparkle as a Galarian when the Articuno has sparkled 4 times. No matter. It's cool, it's 3:30, actually 25 to 4, which is about the quarter way through. So I'm very much once again one of those people where you might look at the friends list and say, why on earth are they raiding either a Shadow C-Dot or a Shinx in this case? It's to tick off those research. Oh, it's a golden Shinx. Would you frickin' see that? That's why we're raiding it. Damn. Yes. Okay, it's only shiny number 4 of the challenge, and we are nearly 6 hours through, but good stuff. About time we picked up the golden Shinx. It's a dirty 2-star, but I haven't had one of those in a very long time, actually. And it does tick off a few quests, so we finally got a snapshot one from a non-AR scan task, but there are 2 winner raids, which of course are guaranteed backgrounds. That's a 57er, and the final one of these 3, it ain't blue, and it's 58 again. Well, a fair old chunk of time has now passed. It's 20 past 5. Just had some real life bits and errands and things we had to do. So we've been trying to find quests as we've gone along, driving around the areas that we actually haven't been walking. And literally have only found 3 quests. So today really is a bad quest day, which is most unfortunate. However, they are 3 snapshot tasks, and we're going to give them a check right here. 1 is not blue. That ain't too shabby at all. Give me No blue duck on that one, and 444, glorious. And the final one, I really hope it's not going to be the final quest of the day. I know there's some in West Ealing that I can go and get, but ooh, not blue, you son. Honestly, like, the Psyduck quests, I cannot stress. At the moment, we've walked about 25, 26 kilometers so far, and driven around as well. We've found so few tasks. Well, it's now 6:15 in the evening. That took a little bit longer than expected, doing all the bits and pieces. We were helping move furniture and God knows what. And now I need to go and put my car back at the house. We can get back on the grind and really pick things up, because that's essentially been 2 hours checking intermittently and running out of spawns. So now we need to get that daily incense grind going again and really make up the time. Not my first choice of things to do, but unfortunately, real life has necessities. Well, as you can see, I'm protecting you as well as myself, because the rain literally came down 5 seconds after I finished the last clip. That's something. But as you can see here, we've actually daily incensed in a shiny Eevee. I was literally just going to put the camera down here and do a B-roll shot of me walking with the umbrella. Click the Eevee off daily incense. It's a shiny. Hallelujah. We haven't had one, I know, through technicality and not technically actually playing crazy amount. Go++ was trying to do things at home, but to minimal avail. Thank you, Delphox. By the way, shout out in terms of Legend CA. Might have seen the revealed megas lately, and yeah, Delphox looks really cool, I think. But that's our 5th shiny of the challenge. Well, it would be PvP, but I think it's way too high level, unfortunately. And in terms of shiny Eevees, we actually got one not too long ago, 19,890 seen. That's jokes. I mean, it has had 3 Community Day weekends, 2 of them being 3-hour double days, and one of them being a 6-hour double day. Probably the most common shiny, I would say. I found one winner raid task. I'm desperately going around the stops up here, but we do need to think about food as well. Important factor of any 24-hour challenge. And now you're going to watch me walk away into the distance. We just remote raided a Shinx, having gone to pick up some food, so 96%, nothing groundbreaking, but we do have 3 quest checks. So first up is this snapshot one, not shiny. 439, I'm pretty sure that's the Tendo floor. And this one ain't gonna give us a blue one, 461. And don't forget, 474's that 4-star goodness that we still haven't seen yet. But literally, I'm gonna grab these quests and then I think head home and have the kebab. It's now 8 PM, which means we are 10 hours in, but we do have a shiny chance just as we get back to Ealing, folks. It is perma boosted, I believe, as a shiny, but anything's a good one on this challenge. Absolutely. And honestly, it's quite welcome, to be honest, after the little shiny drought. And the fact that it's now dark, night has very much fallen. But we're finally back in Ealing. Shiny number 6. Let's go, people. And it's a pretty terrible one. That's beautiful. And, ooh, Clink has disappeared on me. Well, we're back home now. We're eating our kebab and we've got to recharge things like the camera, but the daily incense has just pulled in. Finally, another shiny Psyduck. There we go, 495. And I'm not going to do the flick in, flick out thing because I don't want it to break. You know what daily incense spawns or incense spawns are like if they've gone over the timer. Yes, Psyduck at home. Fantastic. Just as we're about 8:15 in the evening, very much time to recharge myself and all the tech. Incense daily, shiny duck. That's a fair old few checks since the last one, actually. Goodness me, nearly 100 checks to get that one. No surprise, there are no more tasks. I genuinely don't know what we're gonna do. Maybe we'll have to get in the car and drive around and hope for the best on that one. Right now it's time for me to demolish a sizable kebab. So we're now finally back out, just about 20 to 10. Honestly, I needed to recharge so much stuff and I've had to abandon it and borrow battery packs and things. That phone fan that you see me use really does drain the power bank, but right now we're going for a few stops that we definitely haven't visited so we can get a few more quests in before midnight strikes and then everything resets again. So that was a seal. Ooh, camera up soon. That could be shiny, because that's obviously been announced as the Mega Raid Day. But we're currently sat on the good old total of 7 shinies. I'm really hoping that some more shiny luck can come through, because obviously only one thing is boosted. We're still playing full odds RNG today. Oh, look at the sparkles on that. Daily Incense, honestly, has been fire today. We've had shiny Galarian Articunos, Psyducks, and more. And now we've got ourselves the black shiny fur-fruit doggo. Haven't had one of those in a very, very hot minute. Great to pick that thing up, honestly. And it does feel like now we're back. We're back out rocking and rolling. Come on, 211. is a 2-star, but that does make it shiny number 8. I'm very pleased with that. 36-13 on the old check front. There we go. Fantastic. That's honestly such a random sick pull, and that's why I really quite like the Daily Adventure Incense. You have to run it for a long time, obviously, to see results. That's understandable, but the variety of stuff that you can get off of it is honestly top tier. I remember I picked up these quests earlier, and they're not what we want. And here we are, folks. We've got a street light here. We do. 10 o'clock in the evening means 50% of the challenge has been done with an owl hooting its butt off behind me. Fantastic. Can you hear that?
Yeah, what's that?
An owl.
I thought it was a child.
What child is out at 10 o'clock at night screaming in the dark park?
Right behind you.
Are you sure? Lovely. Is it in the back of shop, people? Sadly, nobody seems to be raiding at the moment, which hopefully will change sooner rather than later, but we will check a Psyduck at 1 minute past 10. There it is, hooting, and that is not a shinny. We are rapidly running out of Pokestops in the borough. That's all I'm going to say. Very soon we'll be heading onto the North Circular and trying to run at 50 miles an hour to get over to Park Royal or Wembley. There you go.
Very angry bird.
I genuinely, oh, it's very something else. Who knows? What, Zapdos hoots like an owl, does it?
Yes, just for you.
Well, if Zapdos is calling me and summoning me, I need to get my skates on because we've still got 12 hours of Daily Adventure Incense. Actually, 12 and a half hours. So it's a 24 and a half hour challenge. And we were indeed able to spam into a raid courtesy of DJ Phantom. Thank you very much for the Dragonite raid. I mean, it's not like the costume one. It can't be shiny. So I honestly don't know why I'm bothering showing you. Hey, at least we can say we have actually raided the Dragonite during this event. Oh, come on. But Daily Incense, don't fight me. So I think I would just like the capture. Just give me the capture. Come on. I've honestly had less hassle from Hundo Legendaries. Yes, there we go, finally. Many berries used, and this is just not even a 3-star. Are you kidding me? Anyway, 2K egg going off for an Azurill. That could have been shiny. That would have been a real spicy one. That's why we're just hatching random eggs at this point. Possibly the last 2 research tasks, and I'm gonna give you a depressing fact right now, is that at some point we ticked over to the next page of the XP celebration research. I forget exactly when that was. But since then, we haven't even done 32 field research tasks. The amount of Psyduck research tasks, and we've walked like 40 kilometers, has been pitiful. But that's not a blue duck, and it's 458 again, getting a bunch of 458 Italias. And this one ain't blue, what a surprise, and it's 450 CP. White cat. It ain't. I guess now we just gotta really hope that either Moltres or Zapdos decides to sparkle for us. Yeah, there we go. We can finally claim 32 field research tasks. Fantastic. Way too long. Finding intermittent orange street lighting, but these are 2 Spindatars that I didn't pick up before because I honestly saw them and threw them away. And 2 ain't shiny. And a Numel. Oh, great. That was a good time to put the microphone on. It's a Zapdos! It's not shiny. Oh my god, it's 3,083. Oh no. That's a 3K plus bird. Jesus Christ. Do we have an estimate?
What is it?
3,083 weather boosted.
So close. It's 3,092 that one.
It's because it's weather boosted, really high CP. And you can see it's very feisty, this one. So, oh, you son of a gun, you jumped just at the wrong time. We didn't even hit any throw bonus at all. 2 rolls, and it jumps and is gone. That was magical. But that makes it 3 Zappies done, all ran away, 1 Articuno shiny caught. Gotta love RNG. But what I was thinking about starting is this final quest jet. This is the background winner raid, thanks to, I think it was a Badiskull over in LA, for the invite to get a Palkia that wasn't shiny, just like this Psyduck, and it's 457. That is literally all the research tasks. Everything. Unless we just jump in the car and drive completely different parts of London. But considering how, ooh, yes, there's the background. Considering how tired I already am, I know it doesn't bode very well, I may not do such a thing. I hashed a shiny Riolu from a random 5K. I just stopped the camera, clicked the egg, it was shiny. Let's go. That's the first time we've had something like that on the 24-hour challenge. Fantastic. As you can see, it's not particularly good. It's 11, 14, 14, but it's still a shinny Riolu, which now makes it a nice firm 9 shinies. And it's our second golden shiny too. I like a golden shiny. The Go++ is going on because we're just gonna spin stops and hatch eggs. I'm getting too old for this.
Fresh to your feet,
I
Milo.
really am. So it's about 20 past 11. We were literally just about to head home so I can have a massive coffee and sit down and see how everything's doing charging wise when pop onto the green and this thing chose to sparkle, a 567 Shiny Cyndaquil. I know it may not be everybody's, but it's certainly my favorite of the starters from Gen 2. That's our full-on shiny, people, which is pretty freaking awesome. I mean, we never got, or haven't got, rather, the Shadow Shiny from the leader of Cliff. Let's see if it's gonna be rubbish. That is the answer. That's fantastic. I think that's shiny number 10 as well. So we're doing ain't too bad, to be honest. 10 shinies in nearly 14 hours. But I do need a coffee the size of Vietnam. Well, I think we're fully recharged and so's the camera, which is all important. 1:30 in the morning. Everybody else is going to sleep, which is frankly the sensible thing to do. I have been out for a little bit of time. This isn't the first instance of being out and about. I thought, let's just go and see what things are like. Maybe it's just today, a new day. Maybe it's the area I'm in, but there are no quests at the moment. So I'm really struggling to find, oh my God, we freaking found one. Jesus Christ. I'm not gonna lie, I've circled the green, I've circled Walpole, I haven't found anything. So maybe today's gonna be even worse. But we have got rainy boost in the game, despite it not actually being rainy. That's what we want. No rain in real life, rainy boost in game for the Psyduck. So I think we're just gonna try and get our skates on. I know that the event is now finished for you guys, but how did you find the field research tasks? Because I honestly don't know. I feel like they were way too rare. Way too rare. Ooh, boosted duck, it ain't blue. The daily Adventure Incense, I've got my microphone on, keeps on delivering, people. That is a shiny Dedenne, and I haven't had one of these in a hot minute. 1561 is a juicy weather boosted CP, and it's got yellow on the ears, so let's Ultra Ball that. Stay in the ball. That is not something I was expecting to see. That's a full-on shiny. And yeah, I screenshotted it for the thumbnail, but I don't want to break daily Adventure Incense captures, so it's a 0 star, but it doesn't matter. Come on. 2207. I love this Pokemon, honestly. It's such a cool one. GoFest London 2023 was when I first got my shiny Dedenne. That's from London. This one was GoFest 25 Global. Actually, was when we last got one. So there we have it. Oh, Kiwi Steve to the rescue with the PAL kit. Thank you very much, because we do have 2 winner raid tasks. I also realized for some reason it wasn't tracking my face that entire time, so you may have just been staring at my chest, in which case I apologize. It always seems to be the bad IV legendaries that cause the most hassle. Look at that thing. 2-star fantasticness. Duck. Ooh, tiny one. Shame it wasn't a shiny. Shiny duck would have been amazing. But let's get that caught. We do have 2 guaranteed backgrounds to check. We have an XXL, or 2 actually. That's our first tiny one. I think it's definitely our smallest duck. Only 1-star goodness, but let's check the research for some blue. It ain't blue. 465, come on, pull through. It's not blue. And 61. What I do want to showcase was that I'm gonna spin 3 stops. Let's see if there's any research in here. It's awful, honestly. We're actually somewhere with some good lighting for this one. Finally, we've got ourselves another Psyduck. 2:34 in the morning, another daily adventure incensed in shiny. Honestly, the fact that the daily's popping off is insane, and this is around the same spot that we got our G-Bird Articuno earlier in the video, so that's sweet. That's only Psyduck number 4, I will stress, and it's literally one check after that research task. 1 star, 339. I think we're at about 200 checks for the Psyduck then in that case. Yeah, 57.28. Literally 201 checks and 4 shinies. Not too shabby at all. That's another blue duck. Thank you very much. Kind of funny that the last shiny check was 201 encounters since we got our first shiny, and now we've got a 201 CP shiny. Fabulous. We'll never say no to more of these. Come on. How many are we going to get? Time to see what 201 translates to in KP. 2 star. Is that? That's really not many checks later. Gothita. Coming up to 10 to 3 in the morning. Oh, it's a Celio. I thought it was a Galarian bird for a minute. It's 2 checks later, actually. Now, I am at a little bit of a problem, is that I have 3 winner raid tasks, and I've been checking. Nobody's raiding at the moment, which is a shame. Oh no, I might be able to jump in. Come on. Please don't close the lobby off. No, damn it, he's closed the lobby. We can roam freely again. The rain has subsided and it's now 3:45. As far as I can see, apart from the people on the road, the people who were having a smashing Friday night out that's turned into a very messy Saturday morning have gone home, which is good news for us. There's no more sketchy people. Podcasts in the ears, keeping alert. Still haven't been able to do a raid, actually. I think until Isle raids kick off in a couple of hours, those win raid tasks may stick in the inventory. Thanks to Fleecy Boy 2420, I think this is a bad Regigigas, but it's a shadow Regigigas. Obviously, this is the shadow for the weekend raids, I believe. It ticks off 3 quests. That's the important thing. Finally, after many hours, I can finally pick up 3 more tasks, hopefully. But, of course, this could be purple, which it is not. Shadow legendaries and their endless attacks. Boom, excellent. Part of me is like, I don't even want to bother catching it. There we have it, finally. As I suspected, barely scraping the 3 stars, 3 Psyduck checks. Come on. Not blue on the research, 463. Those are guaranteed backgrounds, of course, and we're next door to the Psyduck nest. So, there we go. Not shiny. And 454. Will we get a hundo from quests? I somewhat doubt it, but it does give backgrounds, which are all nice. Oh, and 2 10s. The eggs have been interesting today, let's just say that. Marwile, random Psyduck. Well, I'm not quite sure how that managed to happen, but it's now 7 AM. So it looks like a beautiful day, that's all I'm going to say. No, reality is it chucked it down and I just suddenly started to feel incredibly weird and like dizzy and unwell. So I sat down to try and take it easy, and yeah, sitting down, the inevitable happened. My head hit the table for a bit of time, I will say. So I tried. I don't know, I really didn't feel very well. I'm okay now. I feel like I'm getting too old for this. I've got to be honest. So it's now 7:12, but it does mean at least now obviously things are up and running. We do have raids around, which this was the crux of the problem for me, is I couldn't get my winner raid tasks completed. I have 3 of them. I couldn't get a raid done. So here we go. I can actually go and find, I think let's go and do a Shinx in the shopping centre and then get moving, because there's bound to be tasks in Walpole. Oh, there's a 2K though. I think we'll also go and find somewhere to get some breakfast just to kind of kick us into gear as best we can. But the Shinx is not going to deliver a golden raid this time, which is fine. Ticks off 3 tasks. Select it. Look wise, correct, alone executor. But more importantly, the duck. It ain't blue. And this one, it ain't blue. Unfortunately. It is a bit annoying personally that we missed the sunrise, but Sierra. Ooh, not a shadow shiny, and 233. You can still hear that rain that was around earlier that forced us inside, coming off of all of the trees. In fact, it's right there in front of me. But I have a double Psyduck check. These are snapshots. One is not blue, and it's a 66er. And let's go for this one, not blue either. And 58 again. Quick check of some more stops. Trade in Mega Energy, no. Oh, there's 3 snapshots though. We'll have you and a 5k. For a Pichu. Those look very nice though. It's a nice morning. Shame I'm only going to see it for another sort of 3 hours. So at 8 AM, we have technically 2 hours to go, but 2.5 because of the extra daily incense stuff. After breakfast, stuffed some proper pick-me-up stuff and everything. What the plan is in my head, having swept Walpole, picked up literally less than a handful more quests, I think get the coffee and everything like that, and then head down to Gunnersbury and check that out to finish up for the day, because I've swept this whole area over the course of the night. Gunnersbury we haven't ventured to yet, and I'm hoping it's better in there than before. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that no more rain comes down, because yeah, that would not be a good ending. Well, we've got the coffee, but in the time that it's taken to get the coffee, the heavens have now opened again. At least it's not as bad as it was that forced me inside, so we're gonna go and get the car and bring an umbrella.
Time for a B-roll.
What the that's the second time that's happened.
It's a good job I jumped out of the Magikarp raid to make sure I got a B-roll clip. That's a Galarian Zapdos. First G-Bird in a very long time. But that means we've had, what, 4 Zapdos, 1 Articuno, 821 CP, already had confirmation. It's not going to be a guaranteed 100%er, but we will do our best to hopefully, bang, get it in the ball. Easy excellent. 1 roll, 2 roll. Stay? No, see you later. Right, since we've lost that orange thing, we're going to do this orange thing and a green pass. There's no point me ending the clip, really, is there? Considering there's not very long left of the challenge and I've already missed a lot of filming, I might as well pad this video out somewhat. You're welcome. At 1:35.
1:49.
Well, mine's going to be terrible. I thought it was a megaphone. It's not a golden carp. Do you know what? On the back of it, I cannot wait for Mega Delphox and the other Gen 6 starters to come to Pokemon Go. It may be a long road, but the Shundo Delphox is waiting there. So come on, these are 3 guaranteed backgrounds. Let's see. No blue, duck, 455. 2's no blue, and 450. They're getting worse. And I'm believing it's not blue. That's a winner raid task. Is catch 10. Trade. No. 2, explore. No. 2 snapshots. 1 isn't blue. It's again a 458. And 2 is not blue. And is also shockingly awful. We have got 3 quests, and also doing finally a Shadow Whirlipede raid means we can complete that Pokédex entry. So 3 snapshots, not shiny. Definitely had a little shiny dip now. Not a blue one there, and 460, come on. 474, not blue. 458 again. with 15 minutes to go on the challenge and 45 on the daily incense. This could be the final batch of 3 tasks. 1 was with AR, 2 were without. So, it ain't a blue duck and it's 4:56. There's a phantom waiting. Oh, there's the blue duck. Yes, come on. 4:63. And I'm gonna golden Razorfield Research Tusk or whatever. Brilliant, that makes it 6 ducks. Good hunt, that's what I'm down to say. Now, being a snapshot one, it only has a small chance of having that background. It doesn't have a background. And I don't know if the research thing, you could probably spam and do that trick, but time is of the essence when it comes to a challenge like this. And the final one, it ain't a back-to-backer. And that's quite good because it's 4:43, that would have been awful. It's literally the last few stops in Lamas to check. Pray for something good on daily. It's 1 minute to 10. Technically means we've got 2 minutes left. We started at 1 minute past 10, but that's a technicality. We have found one final non-shiny, non-hundo Psyduck, but I think that might be about it. We do have half an hour of daily incense still left to burn. It's a non-background duck. Ooh, an Ordino. Not shiny. That's 10 o'clock there. Just the changes the rainy boost, of course. Maybe we can get a weather boosted Lechonk. I think that's gonna call it for the 24-hour challenge. We've done it, just about. Possibly with a few hitches here and there, but that's the nature of life. So we've completed it. Now let's get this daily incense done. That's a good duck hunt. I don't recommend it though. Oh shit, it doesn't matter, the event's gone by the time you see this. And there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a little bit later because I need to go and do some errands and stuff and get some food because I am famished. It's nowhere near as good as the 24-hour challenge for the daily incense itself, but I will say 719 Pokemon caught and we've walked 62,000 meters, 62 kilometers, according to the daily incense, but there are going to be some immensely good pages. If I can swipe through them somehow. There, that's the one we need to screenshot. The Galarian Bird Shiny, that's the end of it. Hatena was our final catch. Right on the top there. The blue duck page, there should be some other ones. There must be Dedenne there at the bottom, and there would be an Eevee somewhere, but God knows how long ago that was. There's a blue duck. There's the Eevee in that page there. So honestly, daily Adventure Incense really pull through on this little challenge here. But let's have a look at our totals. I'll pop them at the side of the screen somewhere, but 30,590 kilometers, 0.4 have been done. 686,236 Pokemon have been caught. 615,100 stops. Again, chasing field research tasks, not particularly going after the Pokestops themselves. I now have no Pokeballs for Flabébé Community Day, which would have happened earlier for you guys watching. And a juicy 830 million XP and 63,000 and a little bit. We smashed the weekly total for walking. 125 kilometers walked this week. And in all important, 37,197 now completed. And finally the eggs, 36,521. And that all-important Psyduck. How many encounters are we now on? 6,028 seen. So, I think we've seen a fairly good amount of it now. The all-important thing you guys want to know, shiny total. We actually got, what's that, 14 shinies, I think, in total, which, you know, we had some dry spells and we certainly had some spells where we weren't conscious. We did all right, I would like to say, and with a really random mix of things, 6 Psyduck in total. We've got the Riolu hatch, Dedenne, Cyndaquil, Chansey, Shinx, Furfrou, Eevee, but just like the last 24-hour challenge, the Galarian Articuno shiny is definitely the prize win from this one. The Psyducks, I don't think we actually got research task shiny Psyduck whatsoever. Maybe it was the final one, this, but it didn't have a background. It's 91, so it's not going to eclipse our 98 background we got on the previous video. And over the course of the 24-hour challenge, we did pick up 3 hundos, 2 of them related to the event. I think Flabébé might just be a random spawn, but everything was being either Great Balled or Ultra Balled today. Very pleased with that. 117 Great Balls to our name. So that is the 24-hour challenge completed. But before we do finish up totally, a big thank you to every single person who's part of the wonderful Patreon squad who take the support of this channel and the content, like these crazy challenges, to the next level. And a big thanks to each and every one of you who stuck through, watched this challenge, watched the content, and hit that subscribe button. Appreciate every single one of you, but without all of this support, things like the City Safari for Valencia and Milan earlier in the year and the Go Fests would not be a possibility. So it's a thrill to be able to bring that kind of content to the channel for you to all enjoy. Depending on the edit schedule and everything, I'm not quite sure when this video is going to go out, out, but we will have some action from the Psychic Spectacular that's coming. We will have had Flabébé Community Day, and we've got the Shadow Groudon Rave Weekend. You know we're going hardcore for that one. So if you enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button and throw a like down on it too. And there's plenty of other content for you to continue checking out. Other 24-hour challenges, we've done 14 other ones over the years. It's not our first rodeo, and we have had some insane pulls on these 24-hour challenges over the years. But I will say, until the next time, folks, do take care.